Do you know that your breakfast might be the real reason for worsening blood circulation down there after 60? If you wake up without energy, feel numbness, weakness in the lower part of your body, or notice that confidence is fading, perhaps it's not aging at all. Perhaps you're just starting your morning wrong. My name is Dr. Karen Blake. I'm a certified urologist with nearly 30 years of experience working with men over 60. Over the years of practice, I've consulted more than 3,000 patients, and every day I observe the same pattern. Men take expensive medications, undergo complex procedures, but ignore the simplest thing, proper nutrition from the very morning. And today, on the Everyday Health Podcast, I'll tell you about 5 foods that you can and should eat in the morning to improve blood flow to the pelvic area, strengthen muscles, and restore your energy and confidence. These are simple foods that are most likely already in your kitchen. You just either haven't been eating them regularly or have been consuming them at the wrong time. Watch until the end. At the very end, I'll share one unusual combination of foods that helps you feel the effect in just a few days. Before we move on to specific foods, let's understand what happens to the male body after 60 years on a biochemical level. With age, testosterone production decreases, approximately 1 to 2% per year after 30. But by 60, these losses become critical. At the same time, circulation worsens due to the accumulation of cholesterol plaques in blood vessels. Vascular wall elasticity decreases, and tissue regeneration slows down. In the morning, after 6 to 8 hours of sleep, your body is in a state of catabolism, a process of tissue breakdown. Cortisol levels are elevated, glycogen stores are depleted, and the concentration of important nutrients in the blood is minimal. It's at this moment that the right breakfast can switch your body into anabolic mode, the mode of recovery and growth. Hundreds of men I've consulted start their morning with a cup of coffee and, at best, a piece of toast. Then they wonder why erection worsens with age. Lethargy appears, heaviness in the legs, and a feeling of emptiness in the body. But the body after 60 especially needs certain substances, and as early as possible after waking up. One of the most powerful sources of these substances is ordinary whole eggs. Yes, whole, with the yolk. And here I want to dispel the myth about the harm of egg yolks for the heart. Recent studies show that dietary cholesterol from eggs doesn't raise blood cholesterol levels in 75% of people. Moreover, it's the yolk that contains vitamin D, B12, choline, and the amino acid leucine. Vitamin D is critically important for testosterone production. Studies show that men with vitamin D deficiency have 20 to 30% lower testosterone levels. Choline participates in the synthesis of neurotransmitters responsible for libido and erection, and leucine is an amino acid that triggers protein synthesis in muscles, including pelvic floor muscles. Pelvic floor muscles are the very muscles responsible for erection, urination control, and even your stability when walking. When blood doesn't flow well to them, they weaken, and this affects everything, from gait to intimate life. One of my patients, James, 66 years old, a retired auto mechanic, told me he hadn't felt morning erection for a couple of years. He tried various supplements, even thought about medications, but I advised him to start simple. Eat 2 boiled eggs every morning within the first 30 minutes after waking up. A month later, he called and said, "Doc, I woke up like I was 40 years old." This can be achieved without pills, just by giving the body what it needs, on time. It's important to cook eggs properly. Soft-boiled or hard-boiled cooking preserves the maximum beneficial substances. Frying in a lot of oil can destroy some vitamins. I recommend boiling eggs for 6 to 7 minutes for soft-boiled consistency, or 10 to 12 minutes for hard-boiled eggs. Another powerful breakfast is oatmeal with chia seeds. Most popular breakfasts for seniors are sugary cereals that clog blood vessels. Fast carbohydrates cause a sharp spike in blood sugar, leading to inflammation of vascular walls and accelerated formation of atherosclerotic plaques. But oatmeal, on the contrary, cleanses blood vessels thanks to a substance called beta-glucan. This is soluble fiber that binds cholesterol in the intestine and removes it from the body. Studies show that regular oatmeal consumption can reduce bad cholesterol levels by 10 to 15% within a month. It helps reduce cholesterol levels and literally clears blood vessel walls, improving blood flow, including to the pelvic area. Add chia seeds to it, along with omega-3, magnesium, and potassium, and you get a breakfast that relaxes blood vessels, reduces inflammation, and improves circulation. Chia seeds are a superfood for blood vessels. They contain alpha-linolenic acid, a plant form of omega-3 that reduces inflammation and improves blood vessel elasticity. Magnesium in chia seeds acts as a natural relaxing agent for smooth vascular muscle. One of my patients, Michael, 72 years old, a former teacher, replaced corn flakes with warm oatmeal with chia and blueberries. He cooked it with water, added a tablespoon of chia seeds, and a handful of frozen blueberries. After 2 weeks, he said his legs felt lighter, climbing stairs became easier, and, I quote, "I feel like a man again." All thanks to a simple bowl of porridge. It's important to soak chia seeds in water for 10 to 15 minutes before adding them to oatmeal. This activates their beneficial properties and improves absorption. Now attention, watermelon, not just a tasty summer treat, it's a natural circulation enhancer. Watermelon contains the amino acid L-citrulline, which converts to arginine in the body, a substance that stimulates nitric oxide production. It's nitric oxide that's responsible for blood vessel dilation, and this is the principle behind well-known erectile dysfunction medications. But watermelon works gently, without side effects. It's a natural nitric oxide donor that dilates blood vessels and improves circulation throughout the body. Studies show that watermelon consumption can increase arginine levels in blood by 11 to 22% within an hour of consumption. This is especially important for men over 60, whose natural nitric oxide production decreases. To get the effect, it's enough to eat several watermelon slices in the morning on an empty stomach. Don't throw away the white part under the skin. It has the highest concentration of citrulline. This part may seem tasteless, but it contains 60% more citrulline than the red flesh. One of my patients, Bill, 69 years old, a former truck driver, laughed when I suggested this. He said, "Doc, I've been eating watermelon all my life, but never noticed such an effect." I explained to him that it's important to eat watermelon in the morning on an empty stomach when the stomach is empty and absorption is maximum. 2 weeks later, he called back and said, "Doc, something is definitely waking up down there." I replied, "That's watermelon, and the fact that you're finally having breakfast properly. For maximum effect, I recommend eating 200 to 300 grams of watermelon in the morning, 30 minutes before the main breakfast. You can make a watermelon smoothie with a small amount of lemon juice. This will enhance citrulline absorption." Another unexpected but very effective product is warm sweet potato with Celtic salt. After a night's sleep, muscles and nerves are exhausted. They lack glycogen, minerals, and energy. Your body has awakened, but the cells are still sleeping because there's no fuel for their work. Half a steamed sweet potato with a pinch of Celtic sea salt provides exactly this. Sweet potato gives slow carbohydrates that don't cause sugar spikes, while Celtic salt saturates the body with more than 80 minerals necessary for normal blood vessel and muscle function. Sweet potato has a low glycemic index, about 40, which means slow and steady blood sugar rise. This provides stable energy for 3 to 4 hours without sharp rises and falls. Additionally, sweet potato is rich in potassium, which regulates blood pressure and supports normal heart function. Celtic sea salt differs from regular table salt in that it's not chemically processed and contains the full spectrum of minerals: magnesium, calcium, potassium, iron, zinc, and many others. These minerals are critically important for normal nervous system function and muscle contractions. One of my patients, Thomas, 70 years old, a former construction worker, complained of heaviness in his legs and numbness in the groin area. He woke up every morning feeling like his body didn't belong to him. I advised him to start the morning with this simple dish: half a baked sweet potato with a pinch of Celtic salt. 3 days later, he said, "Doc, I don't grab the nightstand to get out of bed. I feel like my body is waking up with me." It's best to cook sweet potato by steaming or baking in the oven at 180 degrees for 45 to 60 minutes. Microwave destroys some beneficial substances. And the last ingredient is beetroot. This root vegetable contains nitrates that increase nitric oxide levels, dilate blood vessels, and improve circulation throughout the body. Beetroot is a natural nitrate donor that converts to nitric oxide in the body. Studies show that beetroot juice can improve blood flow by 15 to 20% within 2 to 3 hours of consumption. It especially helps those with high blood pressure or early-stage vascular problems. Nitrates in beetroot also improve mitochondrial function, the energy stations of cells. This means your muscles and organs get more energy to work. This is especially important for men over 60 whose natural cellular energy production decreases. It can be boiled, added to smoothies, or juiced. The main thing is to consume it regularly. Raw beetroot preserves maximum beneficial substances, but can be hard on digestion. Cooked beetroot is easier to digest, but loses some nitrates. One of my patients, Robert, 68 years old, started drinking beetroot juice every morning. After a week, he noticed his blood pressure became more stable, and after a month, that his walking endurance improved. "Doc," he said, "I didn't think beetroot could change how I feel so much." It's important to understand that morning hours are the golden time for nutrition. After overnight fasting, your body is maximally receptive to nutrients. Insulin sensitivity is higher in the morning, which means better carbohydrate absorption. Circulation activates, and nutrients are delivered to organs and tissues faster. Cortisol, which naturally rises in the morning, helps mobilize energy and activate metabolic processes. The right breakfast can use this hormonal peak for maximum benefit. Now for the promised combination of foods for quick effect. Blend together 100 grams of watermelon, half a cooked beetroot, a tablespoon of pre-soaked chia seeds, and add a pinch of Celtic salt. You'll get an unusual but very effective smoothie. This combination provides a powerful synergistic effect. Citrulline from watermelon and nitrates from beetroot work together, enhancing nitric oxide production. Chia seeds add omega-3 and magnesium, while salt provides the full spectrum of minerals. Drink this smoothie on an empty stomach 30 minutes before the main breakfast. Many of my patients notice the effect within 3 to 5 days. So what to do next? It's simple. Tomorrow morning, not in a week, not starting Monday, choose one of these foods: whole eggs, oatmeal with chia, watermelon, beetroot, sweet potato with salt. Eat this within the first hour after waking up. This is when blood vessels best accept nutrition. You don't need to change your entire diet. Just add one thing, and in 7 to 10 days, you may feel that your legs became lighter, more warmth in the lower abdomen, stability in the body, and even improvements in the intimate sphere. Start with one product, then gradually add others. In a month, you'll have a complete arsenal of natural means for maintaining male health. I know many men think it's too late, that nothing will change, but that's not true. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even in their 80s and beyond regain energy, confidence, and health. Simply by starting their morning right, your body has an amazing ability to recover at any age. You just need to give it the right tools. You no longer have to put up with decline. You can take control of your body, and it all starts with breakfast. If you want more such advice, be sure to subscribe to the Everyday Health Podcast. We talk about real problems, scientifically and to the point. Leave a comment if you've already tried something from these foods and felt the result. This is just the beginning. Your next morning could be a turning point. Everything is in your hands.